Are we here? My God, the music just fades to black, and we are back in the living room. Lori Faye is here. Here I am with
Christine McCauley.
Welcome back.
The storm.
Yeah, we braved the storm, and one of the reasons why was because we know we're gonna drink tonight. Now, welcome back to the living room. I hope you guys are all hunkered down with your cocktails and your kids, and you're pulling your hair out of your freaking head, I'm sure. Do you remember those days, Christine?
You know, I was pretty lucky. My guys went to bed early.
Yeah.
They did. I would have them in by 7. My husband worked nights.
Even on a snowstorm day? You weren't going out of your freaking mind with these kids?
Some of you may remember that my oldest son has autism, so we were pretty regimented. We had plans. He was very schedule-oriented himself. It made the day make sense to him. So we had Matt's rules on the back of the basement door.
Oh, my God.
Down to the time.
Wow.
And one of his splinter skills that they call it was Matt had the ability to read by the time he was 2. He could just read.
Wow.
And it made sense to him. So if I said bath time 6 to 6:20, bath time was 6 to 6:20.
Wow, that's awesome.
Then it was whatever.
So I was home with 2 boys who did not read by the age of 2. And they would literally be jumping and bouncing off the freaking walls all day. And by 4 o'clock, I was looking for a cocktail. And we all know that you're putting the Baileys in your coffee cup at 4 o'clock. And some of you probably earlier. And it's okay. And I'm sure that some people gave their kids some Benadryl today. I'm sure of it.
Sure.
Oh, wait. I just want to announce that it was Christine's birthday last week. So because Christine is such a caregiver to everyone, we decided that we are going to take care of Christine tonight. So the first thing we're going to do,
this is hilarious.
PC, who's normally on the board for us and keeping us in line, is here. He's got to get a little further over on.
We want to make you comfortable.
We want to make you comfortable. So because you're such a beach girl, I got you this beautiful mermaid.
Hilarious. This will be awesome on the boat.
I knew you were going to love it. It's a mermaid.
You have a boat?
I do.
It's a mermaid blanket.
You'll come for cocktails,
and I'm
PC.
sure you guys have seen it online. It's really cute.
My gosh, the
And
little girls are going to be so jealous at the beach.
Isn't that adorable? So we wanted to get you comfy on the couch with your mermaid
that's
blanket.
hilarious. But it's like Africa in here. It's so hot.
it's
I don't know
Africa
how long
hot
this
in here,
is staying
man.
on my
And
lap.
If you're having hot flashes, it's a real bitch.
Oh my gosh, 55-year-old woman does not sit in.
How cute is that?
This is the freaking
So we're going to
cutest thing.
pamper you today. That's what we're going to do because
stop.
you take care of everybody all year long. So
Thank you,
that
Lori.
would be the first.
I'm feeling very middle-aged with this 55.
It's a number. Who cares? It's a freaking number.
This is
Isn't that adorable?
I
I immediately thought of you when I saw that.
just love it.
Listen, so we got a lot going on tonight because, as always, we're Christine and I are 2 really busy people. So when we get together, there's not enough time in the day. So we have to discuss a lot of things, a lot of topics. But if you guys could call in, we would appreciate it. The number's 516-945-9099. Haters welcome. So call us. We need to hear from you. We want to know what's going on. We want to know what you think of the show, what you think of us. Are we cross-talking? Are the subjects annoying? What you want to hear more about. So, call in and talk to us tonight. We got a lot going on. So first things first. Christine's turned 55, so we're going to celebrate her birthday tonight. So there's a few little things going on. Second thing second. Moms, I'm with you. I did what you're doing. I know what it's like. I was home with those kids and literally wanted to blow my head off. So cheers to you. You made it through another snow day. Hopefully in another 15 days, this is going to be over. I can't stand it either. And I don't have little kids home.
I am so itching.
I'm so freaking sick of it.
I'm tired of coats. I said this last week.
Oh, my God.
I'm so tired of coats, and I love coats, but I'm done. They're all over my dining room.
I am done with the black pants, the black boots, the snow boots, the boots with the fur. I'm done. I want to wear like sundresses, flip-flops. I want to be on the freaking beach. Actually, if you follow me on Facebook, I was on the beach about 10 times this year, but I want to go back.
Okay.
I want to be a toe back.
Sometimes Lori can be a little annoying.
Oh, wait. Oh, the next thing next. Oh, and PC is here with champagne. I hope I don't drop these glasses.
Look at these lovely glasses.
Oh, we're going to have a little champagne for Christine's B-Day. And for all of you who don't know, I'm taking Gas X tonight. In honor of Christine's birthday, so I don't blow her out of the room.
Lori also gives too much information at times.
Listen, it's all about info. It's all about good intel.
Oh, this is lovely. Thank you.
You know
Thank
what? You gave me such a nice birthday party, so I had to give you a birthday party.
Thank you.
So we're gonna have some champagne tonight, and our big thing that we're gonna talk about tonight, and I'm really excited
Isn't he
about
handsome?
it.
Look at
Well,
PC.
he's not on camera. We got to
He's
get him on
off
camera. You got to squish in a little. Pop that. You ready?
Ready.
Oh, whoa!
Don't take my
Don't-
eye
I don't
out.
wanna-
Hey.
Happy birthday! Don't make any big mess. Thank you.
Bobby
Yep.
Studio.
That's
We're not
lovely.
gonna mess up Bobby Studio.
Nope.
You did that so well. You've had some practice, huh?
Oh yeah,
Normally
he's
we have a
Mr.
different-
Champ.
We have a different procedure we do when
When we're together as
when we're
friends.
together as friends, and how we open up the bottle.
Yeah, we tend to waste a lot of champagne that way though. But listen, it's only money.
I'm loving these glasses.
Aren't they cute?
They're fantastic.
So you know what? 55 it's a number, man. When you get to 55 and you're doing and feeling as good as you are, we got to celebrate.
Well, it's a little significant for me because I am now the age my father was when he passed away.
No, we don't want to talk about anything
well,
bad.
no.
Cheers,
There is
cheers,
some.
cheers.
This is happy and lovely, and I love it. Cheers. Thank you
Cheers.
so much. But
Gulp.
what I want to,
I love that.
what I want. Oh yeah, I really do like champagne.
I'm so glad.
As I said, my father passed away at 55 years old from colon cancer, and I am a little behind in having my
So am I,
colonoscopy
actually. I've never
done.
gone.
I've done it. Well, you need to do that.
I know.
So it's very important. 50 years old or even earlier. I did my first at 40 because of the
Wow.
family history.
Are you feeling
so
warm,
please, people.
Christine? Are you feeling warm? Peter is now
I just
fanning
don't
Christine
even know how to react.
because you know
Guess
what?
I can keep this blanket on.
Yeah, you can keep it on. Are you
No, because
kidding?
I'm
That's your
being
blanket.
fanned.
He's gonna fan
Getting
you.
feathers all over you.
Oh my gosh,
So-
you guys are so funny. So really, please, people, make your appointments. It's not so bad. They put you out for it, and then you can milk it for some TLC from the family. And please, make your appointments for your
So
colonoscopies.
it's funny that you're saying that because my mom just had a mass removed from her colon, and I was just telling one of the doctors I went to for a shot in my neck. And whatever, it came up because everything comes up because I'm a talker. And he said, if you've never gone, you should go. And I'm gonna book an appointment. So if anybody has a recommendation for a doctor that does
Well,
this,
I do.
okay,
Maybe
I'll
we
get
can
it
get
from
a 2-for-1 special.
You know what? And we could film it like Katie Couric. But
yeah.
you want to know what's really funny? If you've ever seen like the Globe magazine with the woman like with the big tumor in her stomach like this big, and you say to
my
yourself,
God, you
how
guys
does
are
that
too
woman
much.
not go to the doctor, and how does she let it get that big? That would be me because I hate going to the doctor.
Yeah, we've talked about this
I
before,
fear the
but if-
doctor. I don't
you know,
like going to the doctor.
If my father had gone to the doctor, he'd still be here
He'd be
today.
alive, so we have to go.
He'd
We're going to
still be
book
here.
that. So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight on the show, which is very important to me, and it came up because there's a movie out there right now called Love, Simon, and I wanted to see the movie before the show, and I hadn't had a chance to see it. But it kind of really doesn't matter because I kind of know what it's about. It's about a young boy who's gay and he's not out yet. I have a fabulous young man in my life, my nephew Keith, who is gay, and I played a role in helping him come out. So, and I'm proud of that because, it's something that has to be done when someone's struggling or struggling with telling their family or whatever. So we're going to have him call in. We've got Christine's niece calling in, who is...
My niece, Laura Durso, is the vice president of the LGBT Research and Communications Project at the Center for American Progress in Washington, D.C. She is an amazing young woman. She's 37. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing that. But when she told me that today, I went, what? Because I remember awaiting her birth,
Wow.
when her mom was having her, and it's hard to believe that much time has gone by. So I'm
We're gonna
very
take-
proud to have her here today.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll chat a little bit more, and we'll wait for Keith's call. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Roger,
And I'm Steve.
and we own this house together.
Zap My Tax was so successful with our tax grievance.
We saved over $1,700 in our first year alone. And now we're signing up again.
In fact, we are so happy with Zap My Tax, we decided to save even more money and use Zap My Insurance as well.
Zap My Tax and Zap My Insurance. Two great choices and two great ways to save money.
Is that Keith? Is that Keith calling in?
Phone
Keith,
is
he is so
ringing.
punctual. Hi, Keith, are you there?
Yeah, hi Aunt Law, how's it going?
Hi, Keith, how are you? I can't see you, but I could hear you.
Hi, Keith.
Hi.
Thanks for calling in. So, So Keithy, let's give everybody a little bit of a background. I'm Keith's aunt, and he is what, 24 now?
Yes, I am.
24 years old. And a handful of years ago, Keith will give us all the details because everything's a blur to me. Number one, because I drink, and number two, because I'm old. He'll give all the details, but I just played a little bit of a role in Keith coming out. And I've never really said this to Keith, but I'm going to say it now, and I don't have any problem saying it while he's listening. For many years, I knew Keith was gay. I happen to have many gay friends, and I don't know if it's a gaydar or radar, what people say it is, but I knew he was gay from when he was very young. And I watched him over the years, grow up, and then a little bit, I want to say, maybe he'll correct me when I say this, but struggle with his identity or not feel comfortable telling everybody, because there were times that, he came to my house, he had different people over, and he wasn't really being 100% himself. And I was seeing that. And I had seen that with some of my friends, so I recognized the behavior. I was actually a beard for someone for a very long time. It wasn't necessarily my proudest moment, but he didn't want to tell his parents. So his parents thought I was his girlfriend. So anyway, I saw Keith doing similar things, and I was like, I got to help my nephew. So I helped him. I think I helped him. I hope I helped him. Keith, tell us about your story.
You definitely did. You definitely did help. Actually, one of my favorite stories is about when I was 2. I think you told my mom when I wouldn't play with Hot Wheels. You're like, so, he's gay, right? And it's just one of my favorite stories.
You said that to his mom.
But I want to thank you. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. One day I came over and you whipped out a photo album of you with awesome colored hair, telling me about nightlife and embracing who I am, doing whatever I want, it doesn't matter. And that definitely did play a huge role in me finally telling my parents that I was dating the boy down the block for the past year, and they just thought he was my best friend who came over every day.
And let me ask you a question. I remember where I was when I texted you on social media, and I said, Keith, I know you're gay, I love you, let's just do this. And do you remember that?
No, not really.
You don't remember when I texted you and you
with you one night about just embracing who I am.
Okay, yeah. All right. So that's the way I wanted to hear your side of how you remembered it.
Okay. Well, Keith, I would like to ask you, clearly you seem to be grateful in the help your Aunt Lori gave you in gaining the courage to tell your family and be out, openly. What kept you from doing that?
That was my question, yeah.
Lori kind of encouraged you to be who you are.
Were you afraid?
I guess it's not necessarily fear. For me, I just kind of grew up where everything is geared towards being straight. And even though I knew I was gay, when you watch TV, it's a movie about a man and a woman. When you go outside, the posters are always a man and a woman.
Right.
And being gay just never felt like an option.
Right.
And now it's actually funny because talking with my incredible grandfather, I always tell him, I'm going to go to this gay bar, or I want to go on a gay cruise, I want to go to a gay resort. And he'll ask me, why? Why does it have to be gay? And I get to tell him, you know what? Sometimes it's fun to be in an environment where you know that you're just with like-minded people. And for a lot of straight people, they're never in an environment where they're not surrounded by people who get to assume they're also straight, that they also like the same things.
That's a very important point. We all have perceptions of what it's supposed to be. And Lori and I have talked about this with other things. And I met a young gay man recently, openly out and in a relationship with a partner, and they're probably going to get married. And he told me that he still struggles, as comfortable as he is with himself, and he knows who he is and that he can't change it. He told me he will actually struggle when he gets married because he's not walking down the aisle with a woman, because that's what was ingrained in him as a young child.
I wanted to ask, Keith, we're going to go back and forth because Christine we didn't really write down all our questions, so we might be redundant, but I want to just go back to one thing. When did you know you were gay?
That's a fun question. I definitely acknowledged it probably in high school, but I would not let myself accept it until I reached college.
So,
I knew that I thought men were attractive, Actually, even earlier than that. I remember watching movies and feeling uncomfortable when I was a young kid. If there was like a really hot actor in the movie, I would turn it off.
Really?
And I would not want to watch it. I would walk out of the room because I just didn't know what to do with those feelings. I knew I just shouldn't have been having them. Nobody was around to talk to me about them until you, actually, when you sat me down that night. That's one of the reasons why I'm so happy I have you in my life.
I love you.
But that was the first time anybody sat down and said, you know, it's okay to have these feelings. These things exist out there.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was watching you be someone you weren't, and I wanted you to be your authentic self. You know, my thing is, when you had those feelings, did you know you were 100% not attracted to women, or were you on the fence, or were you knew I'm gay?
No, I was still dating women at that time. I had even gone back and forth. I dated a couple men, dated a couple women. So it actually took a while for me to really sit down with myself and say, you know what? You're gay. Just deal with it.
Just accept it. You know,
Even
and
though
the funny.
I have a super accepting family and I'm in a great environment for it.
Well, that's
it
the
was just
thing.
something that I had to really deal with myself.
Wasn't your family like so accepting? Like, did you ever fear of like your Mario, my father, like who's this macho, you know, cop detective guy, and my brother who's like tattooed and he's an artist, and my other brother who's an artist? Did you ever feel that any of us would not accept it?
Not at all. Not at all. It was me.
It was you.
So the struggle was within you. Like, did you know that your family would be accepting? From what I know of Lori and what she's told me about the rest of your family, they are accepting people and love you for who you are no matter what. So did you feel the struggle
I
was
was
within yourself?
singing fair and show tunes at 6. So my whole life, everybody was like, you know, it's okay if there's anything you want to tell us.
Well, I always said,
So
the funny part about it was when Keith, you know, came out, you know, my brother was like, you know, I'm okay with it, but I just feel like I don't necessarily want to tell anybody. And I'm like, newsflash, we've known since he's 2.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and, but, you know, it's really, to me, it's the most wonderful thing to see you live the life you're living now, because it's a non-issue now. It's like not even anything we talk about. It's just, you know, like Christine was saying.
Just Keith.
It's just Keith.
Right.
Christine was saying, we were talking to another guy. He's like, no, straight people don't walk into a room and say, hi, my name is Lori, I'm straight. Why does somebody have to walk into a room and say, hi, I'm Keith, I'm gay?
Sexuality is private.
Yeah, well, it's not even private. Like, people don't talk about their sexual fantasies and the things they do behind the bedroom. So who really cares what you're doing with who you're doing it with? I mean, and then there's the misconception, which we'll go into later with the with your niece, about, you know, what's gay and what's not gay, and how other people perceive gay people. But I wanted to ask you, Keith, being the world is so progressive now, and, you know, as you just saw on break, Zap My Tax, one of our sponsors, did a commercial with 2 men. I don't know if you got to see it, Keith, but it's 2 men who bought a house together. Obviously, we're talking about 2 men, and we're posing them as a couple. I wanted to ask you, you know, when I knew you were gay years ago, one of my fears was, you know, are you going to get hurt? Is someone going to hurt you? Are you going to be walking through the village of Manhattan and get beat up because there's, you know, there's evil people out there? Are you afraid of that anymore? Or were you ever afraid of it? Were you ever afraid of it?
I definitely encountered some people who wanted to scream across the street, but I like to travel, and everywhere I travel, I have to make sure that I'm either in a gay-friendly neighborhood or that I can act as straight as possible, because unfortunately not everywhere around the world is as accepting, and there are just some places that I won't go because, like, some places in Russia or some places, I was looking at a resort in Colombia and I just found out I shouldn't go there.
Why?
They get really violent.
Really?
But I think, you know, when you're going to strange situations, no matter what, you have to look around at your environment and figure out what you need to do to protect yourself.
Well, it's a little bit like being a woman.
Exactly.
It's a little bit like being a woman, because, you know what, there are places I won't go. Like, I won't go to the mall at night by myself.
Either will I.
You know, there are plenty of places I won't go by myself because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm vulnerable.
Right.
You know, so it's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit like feeling like that, right?
Everybody's vulnerable. No one can hear me, but everyone's vulnerable to
Well, you know, I mean, do you?
Give people a little bit more.
Of course,
A little more of
of course. There's more to think about, more things to be aware of. I have another question for you, Keith. Obviously, you're comfortable at this point with discussing your sexuality and your struggle, and I thank you for sharing your journey with us tonight. But I wonder if you feel a responsibility to young gay people who are in that struggle, whether or not they should come out, share it with their friends, their family. Do you feel a responsibility to share your experiences and possibly help them with their journey?
Absolutely. I have a couple of people in the gay community that helped me tremendously, and it's incredible to just be able to pass that on to somebody, because I wouldn't be who I am, a gay man, that I am without them.
And is there anyone that you haven't told? I mean, is there anywhere that, other than when you're traveling, this is our last question before we take a break, other than when you're traveling in situations where you haven't been before, is there anywhere in your life right now that you are hiding your sexuality, maybe at work amongst a certain group or amongst a certain group of friends? Are you hiding it anywhere?
No,
You're living fully out in the open.
definitely.
Okay.
I think the last person I told was one of my ex-girlfriends, who I think she really stuck up for the fact that I was straight, and she was really, really mad when I told her I wasn't.
Wow.
So I kept that from her for a while, but now we're still friends.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. Hang on, we'll be right back with my nephew Keith.
Hi, I'm Roger,
And I'm Steve.
and we own this house together.
Zap My Tax was so successful with our tax grievance.
We saved over $1,700 in our first year alone. And now we're signing up again.
In fact, we are so happy with Zap My Tax, we decided to save even more money and use Zap My Insurance as well.
Zap My Tax and Zap My Insurance. Two great choices and two great ways to save money.
All right, welcome back to the living room. We are on the line with my nephew Keith, who is speaking about his journey coming out as a gay man. He's 24 years old. Keith, how many years ago did you come out? I honestly don't remember.
I think it's been about 5 years.
Just so you know, your butler
Okay.
is constantly standing by.
Oh,
Thank you, Dawn.
Christine's butler is here.
This is lovely.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It was 5 years.
5 years ago. So, do you mind speaking about your past as far as, your sexual escapades? Did you ever have sex with a woman?
Oh, yeah.
You did. And how'd that go?
It was great. One of the reasons why I took so long coming out was because I had a couple girlfriends that were really great. I had no issues having sex with them. I had no issues dating them, being with them. I think I didn't know that I could feel more fulfilled than that, because that's all I ever saw. That's all I ever encountered in media, in real life. And because I didn't have an issue, I just never thought about it for
You
a
never
very
thought you
long
could
time.
feel that much
And
love.
It wasn't until I actually was with a man that I was like, wow, this is what it's supposed to be like.
It's kind of like having a really good piece of filet mignon for the first time.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing.
You never really knew.
She does have a way with words, doesn't she?
No, but you know what? I always wonder, look, I don't know. We're straight, right? So we're just straight, so we never had to think about it. But I wonder, if you are gay, because you're being programmed socially to be straight, do you say to yourself, I should try this, I should keep trying it and try to make it fit? Or should you just go the other way? Is it a struggle, or is it just no, I'm gay, I can't do this anymore? I am not attracted to women. So and my nephew happens to be gorgeous, so that's just another little tidbit. But I'm sure you had people throwing themselves at you for many years.
Do you mind announcing this time for Christine?
Oh, Christine's
What is
getting a
this
head
torture
massage.
device he's
We're
got?
celebrating her birthday, so
gonna
now
mess
she's getting
my
a head
head?
massage. Oh, this is a really good
That's
thing.
familiar. Okay, PC has, for those listening, I'm sorry, Keith, just to interrupt. PC has this thing on my head with wires.
And it's a head massager. It's really cool.
Oh, I'm kind of getting chills down.
Yeah,
the
it's a
back
nice
of
little
my
feeling.
neck.
She's getting the full
This
treatment
could be
tonight.
some kind of weird sex device.
Well, listen, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't knock it until you've tried
Just
it.
giving you a little foreplay.
No, more than anything, I am feeling very good about the world, and and it's funny because I said to Christine before the show, I'm going to share in a few groups what we're going to be talking about tonight. And she said, you know, we're going to lose people listening to us or watching us because of what we're talking about. And I said, really? And Christine's like, Lori, not everybody is as open as you are. I honestly can't imagine in this day and age, other than maybe teenagers who are really young, still being, homophobes and being bigots. I just can't imagine it, but that's the Pollyanna in me. What do you think, Keith? You think what's the percentage of people you think out there are still, very upset about people that are gay?
I think in New York, you guys have nothing to worry about.
Right.
We have some family down in Georgia, and when I go visit them, there are still a lot of people down there actually that probably would turn this show off if we talk about being gay.
Of course. Yeah.
Really?
I think Laura, when she comes on, will be able to maybe give us a little bit more on the statistics or the status of like different parts of the country and regional. And I would think a lot of that has to do with the Bible Belt.
Have you
Probably,
seen? A little bit
different
more
opinions than we do here in New York.
It's sad but true.
Yeah.
Keith, have you seen Love, Simon?
I haven't, but I
Let's
saw
go.
Call Me By Your Name, which was a similar story, and it was absolutely incredible.
All right. Well, listen, I want to thank you for calling in. I love you, and you know that. And I want to see Love, Simon, so let's make a plan to go see it together. Okay? And if you want, listen
Let's
to the
do
rest
it.
of the
I
show.
love you.
Yeah, listen to the rest of the show. And obviously, when it's not a snowstorm and you can drive and it's not risking your safety, I want you to come sit on the couch. I love you.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so much,
love
Keith.
you.
I love you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so that was my nephew. He just happens to be a real sweetheart. And, I'm happy that he's living his life. I'm really happy. Are we going to commercial?
Seems like an amazing
All
young
right, we're
man,
going to go to
really.
commercial. We'll be right back. And hopefully Christine's niece is going to be calling in. We're here right now to talk about Long Island Loyalty and what it means to shop local. Christine, do you shop local?
All the time.
You do?
I'm a big believer in shopping local and helping out the little guy. You get such much better service when
Yeah.
you shop at a little store versus a big Target or Walmart or something like that. And I'm not a big online shopper, so I love to shop local.
Okay, so we want to let everybody out there know on Long Island that there is a company called Long Island Loyalty. And what it is it's a company that when you go shopping, you produce this card to a participating vendor, and if you spend $100, you get 10% cash back on the card.
Every time you shop, you get 10%. So if it's a $40 sale, $4 goes back.
So and it
build it
builds up in your account on an app, or if you don't have a smartphone, you have your computer and you can access it from there. Or they give you a credit card looking card that you produce at a vendor, and the vendor, what does the vendor do? They take the card from you,
They
or how
have a
does it
little
work?
machine and they swipe it, if
Okay.
the card, or they scan it. The app on my phone has one of those little scan things. They scan it and you refresh your balance. And I'm looking at mine right now, and I have built up $45 towards a purchase. And what I'm going to do is save this for my hair.
That's
the
awesome.
salon I go to takes it.
So I'm thinking that most people would use the app. So let's just do a little preview of what the app looks like. So basically, you sign in on your phone to it. You download the app for Long Island Loyalty. You sign in. And when you sign in, Christine was showing me how you can scroll down and you can see all the different types of businesses.
Yeah, there's a little search feature here at the bottom, and then the topics: aesthetics, beauty and wellness, business to business, decor, education. And there's a wide range of places that take it. So I've gotten to the point where I look first. If we're going out to dinner, or if I want highlights or whatever, I look
To
for
see
a
who's a-
salon or a restaurant, or if I want a
participant.
massage or a facial. Does anybody take it? Because if I spend $200 on a massage and a facial, I'll get $20 back on my card.
You really can't beat it. There's no reason not to do it. There is no fee. It's not confusing. It's not a scam. It's a huge business that's been created. And we were talking about it. You know, you can go on Amazon and you can buy something for a gift, a $100 gift. Or you can walk into a local gift shop and you can get the gift wrapped and you can get the dollars back on your app. And you can't lose any money doing it. It's not any more expensive to shop local. It's probably actually cheaper. You get the gift right there. Again, we were talking about flowers. Lots of people buy flowers online. It's really better to get the flowers from a local florist. Call up a local florist. You can obviously use the app over the phone, correct? You can give them the number on the app. There's some way to identify yourself. And they're going to put money back on your card. They're going to take that number and the money's going to go back on your card. So you really have no reason to do it. Anything from a restaurant to a spa to a blinds, if you need blinds for your home. Christine was showing me on the app, there are literally thousands of companies.
Auto repair places. As I was scrolling before we started to do this, my eye doctor takes it. I just bought $800 worth of contact lenses.
That would have been $80 back on your card.
Well, I'm going to go back in and see if he'll give me the credit, if he'll run it through. He knows I bought them.
And you know what? It's a reason to shop there. I mean, why wouldn't you go to that eye store as opposed to another eye store if you're going to buy eyeglasses?
Absolutely.
It's really a no-brainer. So again, it's LongIslandLoyalty.com. And you could sign up online. If you have any questions, you can go to their website. You can also find them on Facebook. It's...
And again, back to the importance of shopping local. You are not supporting, when you go to your local gift shop, florist, car repair place, you are supporting the little guy. You're helping support the little guy and have him send his child to preschool or Little League or dance lessons.
So
I
please.
waitressed to pay for preschool for my son because funds were tight way back when.
Exactly. So these are your neighbors and your children's friends' parents who own these businesses. So please just remember, shop local and go to LongIslandLoyalty.com. Okay? Thank you. Hi, welcome back to the living room with Lori Fay and Christine McCauley. We just had Keith on speaking about coming out. We have another guest coming on that Christine will announce, but first things first, I need a refill, please.
Yes, dear.
So we are having champagne in honor of Christine's 55th birthday.
We have a little butler here today.
And PC is the butler on board tonight, and we are just going to make him work. Work. Christine, who do you got? Who do you got calling in here?
I am very, very proud and pleased to have on the line my niece, Laura Durso. And Laura is the Vice President of LGBT Research and Communications Project at the Center for American Progress in Washington, D.C. And Laura is an extremely intelligent and wonderful woman, and she's going to give us some good information for young people struggling to come out today, and for those of you who know people who are on this path, and maybe you can be a source of support to them. Hi, Laura. Thank you for being here.
Hey, it is absolutely my pleasure. Glad to join you.
Okay, we're on the couch here with my co-host Lori Fay and Peter Cohen, who's our butler today.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm well. How are you all doing? I'm
good.
Glad I'm not with you enjoying a beverage.
Thanks for, oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, listen, it never hurts to have a little alcohol.
We have a variety of cocktails here. Next time you'll have to come and sit on the couch with us.
Where is she now?
In person, I'll be there.
She's in Washington, D.C.
So Laura, tell us what you do.
So I work at a think tank, which is a fancy word basically for an organization that does public policy work. So we try to shape the way that laws and policies affect everybody's lives, and the place that I work does everything from economics and housing and climate and to the work that I do, which is to advance rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people.
And who do you say struggles the most in the world? Transgender?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think that there's, when we think about civil rights in the country, there are, we still have a very long way to go to make sure that everybody's being treated equally. When we think about lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people, transgender people are sort of the most unknown of the community. They're people who, it used to be about 1 in 10 people said that they knew a transgender person, whereas sort of at 2 in 10 or 3 in 10 now people say
I think more people probably know people
and
and
don't.
don't.
They're it's not a common experience for folks to know someone who is trans, and so that generally means that people have a harder time, managing at school or getting a job. People who might rent them an apartment may not understand what it means to be transgender. So when you think about sort of who's suffering and who's experiencing discrimination, we tend to think about people who are transgender or people who are coming from communities of color who also might be lesbian, gay, bisexual, or trans. So there's a lot of work to do still.
But let me ask you a question: if somebody's transgendered and they're a man and they're living as a man, but they're really a woman, what is it for the landlord? And excuse my ignorance, and I don't mean to sound ignorant, but I am.
I always worry about that.
Yeah, excuse my ignorance. I don't mean to be. I'm not being sarcastic. What is it of the landlord's business or problem or issue to even know that person's personal life? Like I'm a landlord, right? So I sign a lease with someone. They send their check. I say hello to them and goodbye to them when I come and look at the property. Why do I need to get involved in their personal life?
I think it's a good question, and I appreciate you saying, I don't mean to sound ignorant. I think one of the great things is that we should be having dialogue about these kinds of things and understanding what it means, for people's everyday lived experiences. So I think you're right. If you think about the way that somebody gets a job or rents an apartment, it shouldn't be based on who you are. It should be based on things like, are you qualified for that job? And unfortunately, what we know from a lot of research and a lot of lived experience is that, someone who is equally qualified, if it on their resume, it says that they worked for a gay or lesbian organization, or if they go to see an apartment and the person suspects that they might be transgender, those are folks who are getting turned away or who aren't getting the call back for the job, and it happens day in and day out. And so I agree with you. I think, it shouldn't be anybody's business, but the reality is that that's how people are getting treated, and our laws in this country really aren't set up to be able to protect people when they experience those kinds of things.
But let me ask you a question. You can't control the world, right? So just for instance, I happen to have a tenant who's mentally disabled in a unit that I own. And below the unit that he's living in is the maintenance guy. And the maintenance guy is disabled in his own way and doesn't leave the apartment. So he's very aware of how my tenant is living his life. And I just recently had this problem last week where so my tenant, who's mentally disabled, has people that are coming from a government agency that are helping him live. He's 47 years old. They come to him every day. They take him where he's got to go and help him to his job and whatnot. And the guy that's living below him made a comment about, well, he's got people coming and going all day long. And I said, that's really none of your business. His comings and goings are none of your business. He's living his life. So back to the same point. And I had said to the guy, don't you get involved in how much noise he's making coming and going. It's not his fault that you don't have a life. So if I were to be transgendered and I would go for a job interview and they would turn me down, I don't know that I'd even want to be in that environment. I think I'd want to be turned down.
But
why would I want
picture.
a law? Yeah, tell me.
Well, I think
Enlighten me.
there's a big picture. You might not want it, but we need to get people to change. Well, Laura, you can answer this so much better than I can.
Tell me. Why would that person want to put themselves in a position to be at a job with somebody that doesn't want them? Because if there's a law that says they have to hire them, why would that person want to be there?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If the world was perfect and we all had the pick of the jobs that we want to have, you would want to be able to go to a place that you knew was going to be accepting and you knew was going to be a place that was going to be supportive of you. And I would wish that for every person in this country. But we don't, unfortunately, all have the ability to just pick up and find another job. If you were turned away from a job, or you're turned away from a hospital, or you're turned away from a homeless shelter, there just aren't other options for you to go and get the services or the employment opportunities.
That's a different story.
And so that's why we have civil rights laws in the country, is because we understand that we shouldn't have to, based on our zip code or other kinds of things, go and do all that extra work to go and find the place that's going to be welcoming. Because I don't know how you'd find that place. You're going to call them up and say, I'm transgender. Is that okay? And you know what? You probably call people up and they're going to say, no, we don't know what to do.
So what does the law do?
We did a study about that on homeless shelters, and people just don't aren't as accepting and open as you want them to be. And if that's your only option, that can be life or death for people.
So if they get, so there's a law, I have to keep it going because we only have a few minutes, but if there's a law that says this homeless shelter has to take this person because they're transgendered, isn't that now putting that person at risk of being hurt in an environment that's not welcoming? I certainly wouldn't want my child.
Yeah. No,
So-
I think you're right. I think what we have to do is make sure that if the laws say you can't turn somebody away based on their gender identity, you have to serve someone. We also need to make sure that the people who are in those positions where they're serving the community have the type of training, have the education you need to be able to work with everybody that comes in the door. We can't expect people to do the right thing when we haven't worked with them to understand who's going to come in their door and how to work with them.
So what do you
we have
do? You
to
go into
absolutely
workplaces?
pair that, those laws with the training that people need to be able to serve everyone.
So you go into the workplace, you educate these people. Is it working? Is it taking bigoted people and
yes.
making them not bigoted?
Yes.
It is?
Well,
I really think so.
Very
I really think so.
encouraging,
I mean, I
Laura.
know that it
That's
is
very
often
encouraging.
a very, very difficult time for people, but we have made incredible strides in the way that our society thinks about and understands LGBT people, as a community. And I absolutely think it's getting better. And in part, it's because of what you're doing tonight with your show is you're talking about it and you're asking people to tell their stories. And when people tell their stories, it's hard to turn someone away. It's hard not to understand them as a human being. And that's how we're making progress.
I could never in a million years in my life since I'm born not like somebody based on their sexual orientation, based on this.
You're not most
I know.
people, though,
I don't
Laura.
even
You're not.
understand it. I
Yeah.
can't even
And
understand.
that's lovely. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I would hope for a world full of people like you who are, who are open and welcoming. And, hopefully the more that folks talk about it, the more that shows like yours, talk about these issues and bring people on to tell their story, the better it's going to get.
Can you do me a favor? Can you share your page on the Living Rooms page so that we could know exactly who you are and we can point out what you can do
Absolutely.
and the resources that are available to these people? Like I said, my nephew was just on. It's very important to me. I want everybody to be happy and I want everybody to live the life that we're all living and be accepted. And I don't want people to hurt people, and young people need to be educated. One of the proudest moments in my life was when my nephew came out and my two sons hugged him and didn't even care.
That's great.
So I think we're going to be right back. I think we're getting called off.
I want to give one last shot. Laura, thank you, first of all, for being here. I love you so very much.
I
since
love
the
you
day
too.
you were born. But real quick, could you give us your best piece of advice? I want to kind of bring it back to where we started the show. Your best piece of advice to a young person who is struggling with telling their family, telling their friends. What would your best piece of advice
we
be?
could probably spend a whole other show talking
Okay.
about just that one question.
Okay.
And I think I would say that, what we know is that people are coming out at younger and younger ages. People are coming out in middle school, and you're not really set up to deal with the world in a way that, we might want if you were 18 or 20 or 25 or 30. And so the thing that I think I would say is that people need to come out on their own terms, that it's their decision to make, that they need to, they shouldn't feel pressured to come out for any reason other than they want to. Some situations are not safe, and people may not tell people because they need to make sure that their own safety and security, is solid. And so I would say that you should take your time. You should do it on your own terms, and also that there are good people around who will listen and who will not judge, and who are ready with open arms, and to find those people. And they may be within your family, they may be in your friend group, they may be at school, and they may be on the internet. The internet's been a great thing for the LGBT community because it's given us an ability to find people just like us. And so I would say do it on your own terms.
Beautiful,
And don't feel
Laura.
pressured.
Laura,
to
thank
do
you
anything
We're
you
like
don't
out
want to
of
do.
time here, Laura, and there is so much to talk about and great information. You do need to come back and sit on the couch with us another time.
Anytime.
Thank you,
love
and
you.
please share your info on the page so that we can send it out and let everybody know what you guys do. I'm interested in hearing more about it too.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Laura.
I need to
Great.
tell everybody,
I will.
my Christine's Corner segment is coming up. I need to tell people how to make these
rainbow Christmas, these rainbow cookie things.
decadent treats we have here, and a pretty
And this is
a cocktail that packs a wallop.
I want to know. Yeah, we have to talk about the acceptable
Me who
terms.
doesn't drink.
Laura, list some acceptable terms because I'm going to say these gay-friendly treats because they're rainbow, right? Christine made all
that's a
these
whole
cute
nother
treats.
show, I think.
But
I mean,
talk to
Danny.
us. Bye.
Thank you. Okay,
Bye.
we're getting cut off here. Thank you
Thanks.
so much,
Pleasure.
Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
Boy, Peter's on
Laura
fire
Deriso,
tonight. He's out of his
Center for
freaking
American
mind
Progress.
with keeping us online. I think we're going to a break.
Okay,
We're coming
we're
right
going to a
back.
commercial. You're still on us.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Roger,
And I'm Steve.
and we own this house together.
Zap My Tax was so successful with our tax grievance.
We saved over $1,700 in our first year alone. And now we're signing up again.
In fact, we are so happy with Zap My Tax, we decided to save even more money and use Zap My Insurance as well.
Zap My Tax and Zap My Insurance. Two great choices and two great ways to save money.
In honor of the subject
We're
of today's
back.
show, we were playing our new Zap My Tax commercial, which is, I don't know the term to use, gay-friendly? I don't know. But anyway, Christine's Corner, here she is. I'm just going to sit and drink and eat for the rest of the show.
Good, you won't get into any trouble.
I'm
if
not
you
going to get
do
into
that.
any trouble.
Okay, so how many of you are aware that today is National Cereal Day?
I'm aware.
Okay, well, it's National Cereal Day. Apparently, March 7th is National Cereal Day. So the first thing I did was to look up some funny facts
Oy vey, here we
about
go.
cereal. I'm going to say they're actually bizarre facts. We all remember Dr. Kellogg cereal cornflakes. Well, if you can believe it, cornflakes were developed by Dr. Kellogg in 1894.
Hold
when
on,
he
I'm getting a
ran-
refill. I'm getting a refill.
He ran a sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan, and he felt that spicy food increased his patient's sexual desire.
Oh my God.
So he came up with the bland cornflake. This was before they put sugar in them, in the hopes that it would decrease the amount of time they masturbated.
Stop it. Stop it. Say it again. Hold on a second. I heard masturbation. I'm on fire now.
Cornflakes were originally invented to prevent masturbation.
Stop it.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm going
God.
to leave it at that. It
That
was
is
a pretty
hysterical.
bizarre
Next time I
fact.
can't fall asleep, I should have cornflakes.
There you go.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
And just to piggyback on that, the astronauts on Apollo 11 were given cornflakes that were made into little cubes with milk.
Stop it.
Now, who knows why that actually was? Was it for nutrition or was it for something
So they didn't
else?
masturbate on the
Evidently.
spaceship?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh my God.
So along those lines as well, Frank Sinatra.
Stop it.
Frank Sinatra credits his success with women because of his Wheaties consumption.
Because, what do you mean? So he didn't masturbate a lot? So he
No,
had
no,
like,
he ate Wheaties. Wheaties were supposed to make you strong.
Oh, okay. But what it really did was it
give
knocked
you
down.
power. No, Wheaties. We're talking about Wheaties now, Lori.
Oh,
Get with the
okay, well,
program.
I'm
We're not
still
on
stuck
cornflakes.
I'm still on masturbation. Sorry.
I got only a few minutes to get a lot of shit done here. So Frank Sinatra says that his success with women was due to Wheaties.
Okay.
And lastly, and maybe you'll appreciate this with your Gas X that you have over there, in the 1970s, remember Frankenberry cereal? We were all kids. We wanted
Yeah.
Cocoa Pops and Frankenberry and Count Chocula and all
Yeah.
that. Well, apparently the kids that ate the Frankenberry had red poop.
Stop it.
So I just thought these were really funny, and I had to share them.
Where do you find this stuff?
Oh, gosh, I love Google. Google is your friend.
I got to tell you, Christine comes up with this crazy stuff. I wish
So-
you guys could see these little things we're going
Real
to
quick,
eat.
well, we have some pictures. We're going to put up. The first thing I thought was really fun. We did some things with cereal here today.
Oh, my
And
God.
the first thing was really fun. And if you see some mini marshmallows, some icing, some pipe cleaners, and some Fruit Loops. And if you take the icing and use it as glue and put together your marshmallows into a little puff like a cloud,
Oh my God.
string your Fruit Loops on the pipe cleaner.
Keith, are you seeing this?
This is great for class mothers as a craft with the class.
This is too
And then
cute.
stick your pipe cleaners, and you have
It's a little rainbow.
Rainbow.
How cute is that?
Number one. All right, shut up, PC.
Yeah, I'll take your pipe
Okay.
cleaner.
All right, how am I doing on time, PC?
You're getting tight.
I gotta,
Okay, real quick.
I'm going in for one
We
of
all,
these.
we all know about Rice Krispie treats, so we
Oh
made
my
Lucky
God.
Charms treats. Also, thinking about St. Patrick's Day. You
Oh my
melt a
God.
half a bag of marshmallows in the microwave for 45 seconds. It puffs up. Stir it really well. You put a little butter in there with that.
things are
Mix it all
delicious.
together, and you have Lucky
Are
Charms
these low
treats.
fat? Are these low fat?
These are not. They're full of sugar.
Oh my God.
Okay, but low
They're
fat.
really good.
Low fat. I did make little cheesecake bites with light cream cheese, a cup of crushed cereal,
Oh my God.
all mixed together, rolled into
having one of
balls,
those.
and dipped in white chocolate. So they're not terrific
Oh my God.
as far as dietetic goes, but it is light cream cheese. These are delicious.
Oh my God.
Okay, now the most important stuff. We have a cocktail with a cup of vodka.
This is really
half
good.
a cup of vanilla vodka. It was.
Shot of vodka, not a cup.
No, I made a whole bunch. So a cup of vodka. There they are. I rimmed the glass in some crushed
Oh my God.
cereal
This is so good.
by wetting the edge and dipping it in the crushed cereal. So it is a cup of vodka. It is It is a cup of rum chata, a half a cup of vanilla vodka, and a quarter cup of Fireball, plus a splash of cinnamon creamer because I thought.
Listen,
it
you
needed
got to
a
go to the
little more
website for the
cinnamon.
recipes. It's too confusing.
Okay, they're all on there.
But wait a
So,
second.
This is delicious.
Oh
Have
wait,
one
no,
of
no,
these.
no. I have to go back to this. This little ball. What's in this?
Cream cheese, crushed cereal, rolled into a ball.
That's it?
Crushed cinnamon toast cereal.
Oh my God.
vanilla and a little extra cinnamon.
Oh
the
my
recipe will be on the
God.
website.
Oh my
And
God.
dipped in melted white chocolate.
Absolutely delicious.
This
Cheers.
is delicious.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay,
Happy
thank
birthday,
you.
we
Thank
love
you. Do you have
you.
time for my last one, which is also delicious?
Sure. You have.
And thank you to our guests for calling.
I have 1 minute, really quick. Serial killer pudding shots.
Oh my God.
Okay, so a container of Cool Whip, some crushed cereal, some Fireball,
This is
and I don't
delicious.
remember what else. You're going to have to go to the website for the
recipes.
recipe.
All the recipes will be on
Worth
the
every
Living Room
calorie.
Radio Show website, Facebook
Oh, I'm going to
page.
get fed here by this
Oh
handsome
my
man.
God, it's crazy here tonight.
So delicious. Please check the website. Thank you to Laura Durso, my niece, for speaking with us.
Thank you, Keith.
And
Thank you so
Keith
much for
Angrisani.
tuning in. I actually think we have 5 minutes left. It looks like it's
Oh,
7:54.
you rushed
So
me.
we rushed. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
2
left.
minutes.
So you know what did you want to say?
No, it's all right. Go
No,
ahead.
you say it. I talked a lot.
Well, I wanted to talk about joy, actually, really quickly. I went to a very joyful event over the weekend.
Okay.
And it was the wedding of a friend. And when we live our best life, which is what we are talking about today, we feel joy.
Yeah.
And my friend has had two failed marriages before this. And this was the joining of two families. We've been friends since we're 12 years old. I think we have some pictures from then and now, from my wedding, actually. Finally met the man who she was meant to be with, and it took
Oh,
a
I
long
love
time.
that.
And she is living her best life.
That's awesome.
And that's when we feel joy. So that's why I wanted to kind of get that in, because that's
That's
what we talked
awesome.
about
I'm
today.
so glad you did that. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it was a special day. I gave her that Bible that I
Oh,
told
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really special.
That's unbelievable. We should have talked about that because
Yeah.
you did that. So listen, guys, next week we're having a pajama party here in the living room. So if you want to come and you want to be in the pajama party, we're more than welcome to have you. PM Lori Faye or Christy McCauley, and we will have you on the couch in your pajamas.
Bring your girlfriend.
Bring your
Talk
girlfriend.
about
We're
our
gonna have
sleepover
a-
stories.
We're gonna have a BFF pajama party. We'd love to have you with us. Okay?
There'll be
I'll
more
provide the
cocktails.
alcohol.
There will be more cocktails. I've already started
You
figuring out
did?
recipes.
There'll
oh,
be
yeah.
cocktails, there'll be stories, we'll be peeing in our pants. Come
We'll
back
wear pajamas.
next Friday, BFF pajama party. See ya.
Have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Roger.
And I'm Steve.
And we own this house together.
Zap My Tax was so successful with our tax grievance.
We saved over $1,700 in our first year alone. And now we're signing up again.
In fact, we are so happy with Zap My Tax, we decided to save even more money and use Zap My Insurance as well.
Zap My Tax and Zap My Insurance. Two great choices and two great ways to save money.